People think of us in some ways as a new company, but we're actually a 16-year-old startup. The company was started to make it easier to buy and sell media. Right now, we are the system of record for a large portion of media sellers. So about 90% of TV station ad dollars in the US operate on our platform, on our system. About a third of radio stations, about a third of cable nets. Plus, we're doing about 120 billion impressions a month in digital. So our digital business is also growing rapidly as well. But a lot of people think of us as the DFP for linear media. Because again, we really have that exact same function that DFP has on the digital side. We have that same function on the linear television side. Back in '99, it was obvious that everyone was going to get their content via a IP address over time, and there was a lot of investment going frankly by DoubleClick and others to make that happen. And I decided that I didn't really want to be in a hyper-competitive area with a lot of new venture dollars. I said, why don't we go towards where the money is today, which is on the linear side. People thought it was going to take, somewhere between 3 and 15 years for it to convert 100% from linear scheduled TV programming and radio programming into an IP on-demand basis. And I thought it was going to take longer. So here we are 16 years later. We've aggregated an enormous footprint within industry, and we're finally surfacing that inventory to buyers so they can buy across our clients in a direct way, in a programmatic way, to make it a lot more efficient for both buyer and seller. We have 3,300 stations and nets live on our platform, representing a little over $30 billion. Again, as a system of record, we handle all the programming scheduling, the ad scheduling, all of the accounts receivable billing. We handle all the content management. It's the full soup to nuts workflow engine for a large sell-side group, which allows us, we know what actually ran, we know what's going to be invoiced, we are the invoicing engine. So there's a lot of information we have, again, all the historical pricing, all the yield management, going back as long as a client's been live on our system is live within our records. So DSPs that are currently on the platform would be TubeMogul, TradeDesk, Wywy, and iViewDigital. There's another 18 that are in some stage of legal contract. There's also direct advertisers that are actively purchasing inventory on our platform. And there's also agency trade desks that are actively starting to put, to buy either through a DSP or direct into our inventory stack. About 90% of TV station ad inventory is available, plus about a third of cable nets and about a third of radio stations. So it's a very, very large footprint that's available for buyers to buy. We don't use segmented inventory. Most folks that are involved using digital terms as a SSP for linear, most companies are holding themselves out to be a programmatic seller, have only a segment of inventory. I call that, and they're doing it where they're more or less putting a technology front end on a manual process. I call that Fauxgrammatic because it's kind of a faux process, not really a true programmatic process. In our system, you can access all the inventory and you know exactly what you're buying. There's 100% transparency, 100% viewability. You know exactly what program you're going into, exactly what half hour you're going into, and we have, again, all the records of what exactly ran, so we can be very quick in getting that information back to the buyers. With 100% disclosed pricing as well, both on the commission and fees as well as the media itself. There's no mystery as to what you're paying or what value you're getting.
And that national advertising, that's going to be a while before that's available, if ever?
No. It's going to be. Some of it's available today. We have again, about a third of cable nets in the U.S. are live on our platform.
Cool.
And also, I should mention, pretty much all the sports nets outside of ESPN is on our platform, and about somewhere in the high 90s of U.S. Hispanic as well as on our platform. So we do work with buyers and sellers that want to have a addressable offering or purchase on a fully addressable basis. And we have efforts that are live with a host of clients in that area. And there's no doubt that addressability is a sexy solution set or a sexy idea, and why wouldn't I want to connect directly with a potential buyer of my business? But there's a lot of problems with addressability. It obviously is somewhat expensive from a technological standpoint to execute on it, and more importantly, you don't really, like, if you're a refrigerator seller or a dishwasher seller, how do you know when that refrigerator or dishwasher in someone's house is about to fail? You don't know. So you can target new home buyers, and you can target new home builders and things of that nature, or fast-growing areas of a particular geography, but you don't really know when someone's going to be in the market to buy your product. So there's a lot of examples of that. Or you target a $50,000 income, that would seem to be too light for a Mercedes-Benz ad, but you don't know if they have $50,000 that's quote-unquote legal income that's being reported to a credit bureau, but actually they make another $150,000 through their spouse or through some other partnership they have that just isn't tracked particularly well, or frankly even cash economy. The waste that is in advertising actually has a lot of growth to it. And it sounds silly that you only grow if you're also wasting some money in advertising, but I honestly believe that's true. Again, addressability is super sexy, but it doesn't always make sense.